うして地球人類最後の一人を仲間に迎えた私たちはこの未開の惑星ミラで生きていく決意を固めました。
Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, The Lens of Truth, with me, Ivan Florentino, and for today's video, Xenoblade Chronicles X is finally going to come to the Nintendo Switch. And one of the reasons this game is so important to me is because this is one of the first Xenoblade games I've ever played. So yeah, this one's an important and one of the best Wii U games that has not been ported to the Nintendo Switch. And if you're brand new to my channel, consider hitting the like button, ringing the bell, leaving a comment, and let's get to it. So, with Xenoblade Chronicles 3 out of the way, and Xenoblade 1 remastered, and Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and Xenoblade Chronicles Torn of the Golden Country all released on the Nintendo Switch. Now, Monolith Soft did tease us a few years ago with some concept art for their next game that they're working on. We don't know if it's going to be an action RPG, a turn-based RPG, or something along the lines of Xenoblade Chronicles, like a MMORPG. But we haven't heard anything from that in a long time. But here's hoping for the Switch 2. However, the reason this is one of those most wanted Wii U Switch ports is because this is one of those games that was the impossible open world game that was on the Wii U. This one took advantage of the Wii U's power and just they outdid themselves. The worlds are huge, the graphics are really great, and it was doing a lot of things back then that a lot of people didn't think they were able to do with just the seamless open world, the graphics, the characters, the soundtrack, everything just works so well. Now, besides the Xenoblade Chronicles games on the Switch, there's so many great RPGs on this hybrid system. And when Nintendo finally showed off Xenoblade Chronicles X, the definitive edition, with their trailer, people have been waiting a long time for this port to be announced. And it was one of the last games that people really wanted from the Wii U. Now, before we go over everything they added for this definitive edition, let's take a look back at the history of this game. So Xenoblade Chronicles X was first announced at E3 in 2015, which is crazy how long it's been. When I first saw this trailer, I had no idea what I was looking at, but I knew I wanted to play it. I really just thought this sci-fi looking huge open world game looked insane, and especially when it showed the mechs and the monsters, I was super excited. The sense of scale in Xenoblade Chronicles X was amazing for its time, and it actually still is one of the biggest open worlds that a lot of games still haven't been able to capture. And I just know if it goes onto the Switch, it'll be one of those games that they can improve on so much. And one of the cool things about this game is how the cinematics, the camera work, just looked amazing, and it just made it feel like you were in this high quality video game. You were just invested in this world. And so much so that there was even these data packs that you had to download from the eShop, where it helped with the loading times of all of the assets when it came to enemies, the mechs, and just the overall loading in the world, and even the graphical improvements that it did. This game was pushed to its limits and on the Wii U, and it's so impressive of what it was able to do. What it did was that it improved draw distance as well, and what Monolith Soft is known for is the great sense of scale, and I'm just wondering that everything would be a lot more vastly improved if it was ported over to the Nintendo Switch with everything already combined, and then some with a lot more improvements as well. And because of the low sales of the Wii U, I'm just wondering how many of you guys have actually played Xenoblade Chronicles X. Comment down below if you guys have experienced this game at one time or another, and if you are excited if this is the game that you want to be ported next. This game would definitely benefit from being on some hardware that can handle a lot more, or this can also be a stopgap in between a release of a next system. And now that the trilogy has been completed between Xenoblade Chronicles 1, 2, and 3, and finally Xenoblade Chronicles Future Redeemed, there's a lot of connections in between all of the Xeno games, the Xenogears, and the Xenosaga games. This is a perfect opportunity to just add more story sequences and side quests to Xenoblade Chronicles X and just make sure everything fits together nicely. Now, one of the main gimmicks of the Wii U was its gamepad, and it was a really cool idea to have the huge map and all of the things that you can interact with the gamepad while playing the game. I do remember it was kind of cool that you were able to type things in, scroll, zoom in and out, look at all of the map, the world map, the locations. There was just so much that you can do while playing the game, and I remember having the gamepad right next to me while using a Pro Controller, which is pretty cool. Now, with all of that out of the way, it looks like they are making it super easy to just have a normal map that you can just pull up by pausing the screen. Less inconvenient, but they made it work.
Planet Mirror is full of dangerous life forms. So in this survival guide, we will explore the mechanics of combat to prepare you for the worst. Let's begin with the information you see during combat, also known as the battle screen. The enemy's detection...
If you do remember playing it on the Wii U, the battle system, although it was fun and complex, there was a lot that was not explained to you. This is just one of those problems that Monolith Soft has rectified and resolved over the course of the series, especially with Xenoblade 3 and Future Redeemed. It just got better and better and a lot easier. And this game, again, it was very complicated, and I had to even go onto YouTube to figure out how everything worked perfectly, because not only do you have the ground-based combat, but also the Skells as well. Now, what they are doing that a lot of people, and myself included, are super happy about is the fact that they are completely revamping it, making it readable, easy to look at and see what you're doing with all the cooldowns, which special arts to use. With the UI completely being changed, things are just a lot more visible and easy to read, and I feel like there's also going to be a better tutorial system this time around. And as you can see with my reaction to the trailer, there was a lot of new things that they're adding, especially with content.
People still need me. Humanity.
Let's see what else I'm gonna show.
That's Skell.
You're still alive?
Oh, so it looks like it's gonna be new content, because that's completely new. It's a brand new area. Hold on, that was never there before. That was never there before. This looks like a completely brand new area. And the last things that I do want to touch upon are the graphics and art style. And I want to give a shout out to this channel, this Spanish channel called El Analista de Bits. They did a great job with this side-by-side comparison for the Switch and the Wii U. So what we do see on the Wii U from the left to the right is how everything is less dull. There's a lot more color, and everything is just a little bit more high resolution. The textures have improved, and most importantly of all, the faces have been fixed. That was one of the things that people and myself complained about, that some of the characters' eyes just look so weird and off. The skin textures, the nose, the faces, everything has been fixed. It just looks so much better. The colors just pop this time around, and the blacks don't look dull anymore. And also, when you're in the city, you're able to go through the cars. On the Wii U version, there was no hit detection, and now that's been also taken care of. And even the shadows are highly rendered this time around. And even some quality of life improvements like gathering materials has been improved. You can actually see what they are and their location. And even the mission structure has been fixed all the way around, because that was actually a pain and a headache to try and figure out on your own, because there was just so much things going on with the UI and the way that it kept track of all of the missions and submissions. What do you guys think? Comment down below if you do want this game really bad, because I know I do. Thank you guys so much for watching, and see you later. Bye.